As you can see, I had an accent. Because she had a Greek friend.
Japanese. My mom is Japanese. My father is Jewish. When Margarita asked me to do this, I really didn't know. I mean, I didn't prepare nothing. I mean, she talked about lost and found in translation, and I said, really, I don't have to. I mean, it's been all my life. I don't think I have to go and start, figuring something out to say. I grew up in an hour away from the city in New York, Puerto Rican, raised, born up there, and my experience with the accents is with my father. My father always had a heavy accent, which me growing up there, I didn't notice. So every time he spoke to me, hey, Fred, come here, get over here, go to sleep. So I never noticed that. For me, that was normal. So my friends would come over and play on the outside. Now I'm gonna say this right here. I got 3 little stories at the end of why we should learn English. And my stories are kind of dry. My fiance usually tells me, dry jokes, so I'm used to it, so you don't have to laugh. There she is over there. So anyways, so my friends would come on the outside and we're playing, and here's my father, hey, Fred, what are you doing? It's late, come on, get inside. And my friends would look at me and say, why your dad talk funny? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's not speaking funny, it's the way he speaks, it's English. And no, it's not, it's an accent. So I'm like, wow, then I noticed that my father had an accent. From there on, I was just joke on him all the time of the way he spoke and kind of like mimic him. So that was my experience in the lost and found in the accent area, until I went to Puerto Rico and moved there, and then my Spanish wasn't good. So then I got that. So my Spanish was a little off, and they would laugh. I'm like, wow, I know I'm not saying jokes. So that was another experience on that side. The reason we should learn English, I got 2 family members. One's like a second cousin, the other's a third cousin, thank God. Not a close cousin, so I can say these jokes. So I have one of my dad's cousins he was in New York for 25 years, never spoke English. So every time he would go grocery shopping, I ended up going to the grocery store, and there he was with 10 cents next to the phone booth. So you're trying to figure out what's he doing next to the phone booth with 10 cents in his hand. And he had it like this. So I'm like, Topo, what are you doing? He said, llámame un taxi. So he wait for someone to come by to call him a cab. So I would say, no, learn. So that was one thing there. The other joke was my cousin Tingo. Now, Tingo wasn't the smartest either. So, and again, it's all, if you think about it, that's how sometimes if you don't speak English, people will see you in that way. And I just laughed at it because I knew both, so I could. So Tingo would come up, and I remember he was working at the butcher shop. We worked in these hotels in upstate New York. And so the butcher called him, Tingo, come here. So of course they had to go like this, if not, he didn't know what he was saying. So he would go, he says, I need some pork chops. Get me pork chops. He was like, what? Pork chops. How many? 10. 10? So here comes my cousin Tingo, gets on the ground, boom, 10 push-ups. And everybody's like, wow, why is he doing push-ups? He says, Tingo, no, pork chops. 10 more? Okay, boom. So here my cousin Tingo did 10 more push-ups until he finally got it and when he got the pork chops. So that's kind of my story of the lost and found in translation.